Good evening, everybody. This is Ahmed Moustafa from Egypt. I'm representing CODISFIA, Council of Developing Social Science Research in Africa. This is one of the oldest scientific research forum that made in Africa in order to make the continent independent and out of the globalization and imperialism created by the followers of our great leader Nasser, and created with President Leopold Senghor and other, and Dr. Samir Amin and Shahid Al-Baz, and all of them having some sort of strategic thinking. And each year we tackle different topics. One of them, it was in July, it was about the democratic governance, concerning very important issues that supposed to be tackled, for example, by the OIC, one of the organizers of this strategic vision, like the concept of the security. Or whether that the ordinary security or the cyber security. Number two, the cyber sovereignty. Is it the ordinary sovereignty or the cyber sovereignty? The identity, whether it the sovereign identity, the cyber identity, or the personal identity. And of course the citizenship, whether it the cyber citizenship or the ordinary citizenship, because it is very important issues right now, and countries, especially our countries of the Islamic world, should take it in consideration, because right now, as far as I see, the governments are not in the manner, in a way, in order to solve its problems without tackling such important issues. Cyber media is one of the most important issues right now, because as far as the crime or the cyber crime is developed, as long as and as far as the terrorism or the fanaticism or the extremism also is getting developed, because the targeted group is the youth. Most of the youth right now, I think about 3 billion of youth worldwide are using the social media. Therefore, all the governments right now have to tackle such topics and have to discuss all the problems of youth and trying to reach them through the social media. This is very important issues. And I have a very short stories that passed by, and I tried to put some sort of solutions of our problem. In 2006, there was the problem of the improper caricatures of our Prophet Muhammad, the Danish crisis. As against, I made an initiative by the Swedish Institute in Alexandria in order to collect youth from the West, especially from the Scandinavian countries, in order to come to us, in order to have a real debate, a face-to-face with them. Why such matter is made and how we can solve it and how can we cooperate. And in fact, the matter of the improper caricature, it was like a big issue from the Brotherhood or the fanatic group that are existing over there in Denmark, and they tried in order to embezzle the people of the GCC because they were late in funding them as they used. Number two, in 2009, I was in the Arab League, and it was the first forum for the human rights and the illegal migration. And I said, please put all your topics and all your papers on the Facebook, because it's very important, because youth will never reach such important papers. Number three, I was in a film I made, and I sent it to the organization committee concerning Sunnis in Iran in 2013, and I had an interview with a terrorist. This terrorist killed the man who gave him the meal of iftar. And this guy was the representative of Kurdistan, Iran in the Experts Council. And despite of that, and both of them are Sunnis, but this guy was veered on the fanatic thinking, and when I was tackling and made the interview with him, he told me, I just read the books of Sayyid Qutb and the other fanatic thinkers. That was the motive for me in order to kill the person in charge, as it is a matter of making me killing him, because according to the thinking of Sayyid Qutb, the government is unbelievers of Allah. And this is one of the issues. Okay. Also, in this manner or this issue, the economic factor is very important also, as my colleague in Sudan, because we have to know from where they got the financing and how much is spent. And if such amounts is spent in such manner, is spent on the prosperity of the Islamic world and the Islamic states, I think the use right now could be much better. And if such amount is spent on scientific research or in the thought, I think it would be much better. Number 3, the matter of media in the Islamic world also, they have a problem, the problem of property and the problem of administration. Because according to that, the channels having 24 hours and such 24 hours should be filled with materials. Therefore, any material could be offered to the audience, and the audience, for example, not all of them are aware enough in order to select which is good and which is bad. And this is another problem that facing the Islamic states and the countries of the OIC. Number 4, we have the problem of thought also, because in the last century, for example, we have some good models. When our great author, Taha Hussein, for example, was writing a book, there was Abbas Mahmoud al-Akkad as the opposite or as against, was giving a book as against in order to make equilibrium in thinking. Or you may think of the same issue from different point of views. And if we follow such manner, article against article, book against book, film against film, I think we would never be in these curves in this type now. Also the curriculums, the school curriculums that have been studied in universities or in schools or things like that should be filtered from all such fanatic thinking. It is very important because they made the students not creative and not helping the creative thinking. All the time they are following what they are studied in schools and things like that. Therefore, it was much better in order to think differently. And that most of them, it was occurred to both, I always say such words, lag and lack, or shortages and retardation. At the end of my speech, we have to highlight the initiatives. We had only initiative in our Islamic, especially in this contemporary time, the initiative of President Mohammed Khatami, when he replied to the post-behavioralism school in the United States and the followers of that, like Huntington and Fukuyama and Condoleezza Rice, the matter of the clash of civilization. He made the dialogue between civilizations and the dialogue between religions. Why we don't take the right issues and ideas from such initiative in order to be elaborated in such initiative of this strategic vision. Therefore, at the end, we should take all the possible methods in order to fight extremism through the media, by the right training, through the education, through the economy, because we have to control the economy and we have to control the funding and the NGOs that getting such funds for extremism or things like that. And we have also to think differently. We have to produce documentaries. We have to reply in a scientific manner, because as long as we are away from a scientific methodology, as long as we will never solve any problem. Thanks a lot.